What do you do when faced with adversity? How do you respond to challenges that come up in your life? Do you respond in a productive or unproductive way? And by unproductive, I mean, do you respond with anger, fear, or worry? Or maybe even start engaging in negative self-talk, such as bad things always happen to me, or I'll never get through this traumatic experience, or have the money that I want in life. But I want to let you know that adversity is just something that we all go through. It's a necessity in life. It's how we grow. I was in a very dark place during and after my marriage ended. There was physical abuse involved, but it was the emotional abuse that left the most scars. It was the hardest to heal from. When you're told over and over again that you're stupid, incompetent, retarded, and that you can't make it in life because people take advantage of it, you start to believe it. Hearing that over and over again made me start to question my own intelligence and ability. I began to think maybe there is something wrong with me. Everything I do seems to make him mad. I can't do anything right to him. So something must be wrong with me, right? I began to be bombarded with a lot of negative self-talk. I would say things to myself like, don't even try that because you can't do that. So don't even try it. You're always going to be destined to fail. So just stay quiet in your little corner. Don't go out there and expand. Nobody's going to ever listen to you. I was bombarded with these thoughts constantly like a broken record going through my brain. And it was so frustrating. I couldn't get the voices to stop. I felt like a prisoner to my own mind. So one night, I was having a major meltdown. I was lying awake in my room, and I was crying, and I was pleading to whoever was out there listening. I was like, God, universe, angels, whoever, I need help. I want these voices to stop. Please help me to know that I'm okay, that I will be okay. Just make the voices stop. This can't go on like this. And then I fell asleep. When you're down at the bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. So after a few months of feeling like this and being depressed and the negative voices, and after that meltdown, I started to something weird started to happen. I started to just happen to see like different talks or reading certain things about releasing negative voices that come in your head, silencing the voices, releasing the inner critic. And they kept me thinking, it seemed random at first, but I don't believe in coincidences. I think things are put in front of you for a reason. And so as I started to listen to these things, I started to actively try and figure out how to improve myself. I started reading self-help books, meditations, and I started to learn everything I could on how the mind works. And there was other tools that I found to really help out that I'll discuss later, but the tools that I did find really helped me to gain more confidence and be more resilient in my life and help me to work through the adversities and whatever challenges that came up my way. Adversity is an inevitable part of life, but it's how you deal and respond with it that matters the most. If you're constantly thinking that bad things are going to happen to you, then bad things will happen to you because we manifest in our life what we think about most constantly. And if negativity is the dominant thing in your brain that you think about all the time and is your belief, then that's what's going to happen. Because you're going to be constantly, it's like a cycle. This bad thing is going to happen to me, so it happens. It also works the reverse. You can also think of positive things, and that'll happen as well. But we mostly think about negative things. And that's why it seems like this is a cycle that, for me, it was really hard to get out of until I made that plea. Somebody heard me. God, whoever. So Everything in life teaches you something. If you find the lessons in it, you'll succeed. If you constantly blame others for your circumstances, then you'll fail. So it matters to be mindful of how you're thinking and to really catch those thoughts right in the midst of it. It's because it's at those times when you're right in it is when you need to stop yourself at the most. Because mistakes will happen. And it's how you respond to those mistakes that matters the most. And when mistakes happen, know that you was doing the very best you can at that particular time in your life based on your current level of growth and knowledge at that time. So don't beat yourself up. Please have some compassion for yourself because we all do the best that we can. And how you responded to something 20 years ago, you wouldn't respond to it the same way because we grow. But when you were 20, you responded the best way you could at that time based on your certain level of knowledge. So let's show some compassion and kindness for yourself. Sometimes we always beat ourselves up because we haven't reached certain goals in life, or you think you're supposed to be at a certain place in life, ahead in your life where you expected to be at age 30. I expect to be here, but I'm not here yet, so I'm a failure. Well, I want you to think about this. Who is out there taking notes on your progress or judging you because you haven't reached a certain goal yet? It's only you judging yourself. It's nobody judging you. So lighten up on yourself. Have some compassion. Be kind. That's the central theme. Be kind to yourself. We are so hard on ourselves. We're our worst critics. And I want you to be able to show yourself some compassion and not be so hard on yourself. I used to get so angry at the actions of others. I used to get really triggered. But I learned that instead of being triggered, I stop and have some compassion for them, as well as making myself more self-aware so I know when these things are happening, to be able to be in a state of calmness so that I won't go overboard and start thinking things that could happen or might happen or things that may never happen. It's just us projecting future events on something that may never happen. It's our own mind messing with us, and we need to stop it and pay attention to it. That's very important. Let's see, there are a couple of things I said earlier that I wanted to go over with you to show you some of the things that I've done to work through adversity. The first thing is, like I just said, is being mindful. Always being mindful when negative thoughts arise in your mind. For me, when negative thoughts start to come in my mind, I'd say stop, cancel that out. And then I replace it with a more positive statement. Another thing that I do is, and what anybody can do to dealing with adversity, is to establish a daily routine or daily practice. One way to do this is by doing short meditations. 5 minutes a day, 5 minutes meditation is all it takes. I know some people are like, I can't meditate, I can't sit there, I can't be quiet. But I'm talking short breathing meditations, focused breathing. We all breathe every day, right? We don't think about it. All this is consciously thinking about taking deeper breaths. Everybody can do that. So we all can meditate. Studies have shown that meditation is very effective against relieving stress and anxiety. And there's certain parts of the brain that I won't get into all the technical stuff, but it does something to your brain that's positive. So meditation is a great way to remain calm when adverse situations come up. One last thing is to start writing in a journal. Journal how you feel about when something comes up. Instead of letting it run rampant, the negative thoughts in your head, write about it. Write about how you feel about it, and first write about the situation, then write how you feel about it. Engaging in this way will help you to come with the truth of what is really behind what's bothering you or what the situation is. And once you do that, you're out of your head, it's on paper, and it helps you relieve stress. And there's been countless of studies and documented studies about how journaling can help you to relieve stress and anxiety and to help with the negative talk in your head. And you don't have to limit yourself to just journaling about when adverse situations happen. You can write in your journal every day. Some people actually keep a gratitude journal. And Harvard Health says that writing about gratitude every day helps you feel happier. It helps to relieve stress and helps you work through anxiety and to just be very more mindful. So you can write in a gratitude journal as well. I've used all these tools to help me work through my adversity and challenges that come up in life. And now I feel more confident, more self-aware, and more resilient. I feel more able to tackle anything that comes my way because I'm stronger, I'm calm, and I'm more aware. I'm going to say, as you go into the world, armed with these insights, remember one thing, just be kind to yourself. As you navigate the storms in life, know that your worth isn't tied to anyone else's achievements or society standards. You have the power to rewrite your own story, to silence the negative voices, and to rise above adversity. And out of all the tools that I share with you, there's one tool that I want you to practice the most, something you can start doing today, right now. And that's what I talked about was breathing. 5 minutes of breathing every day, so you'll be ready when to face face challenges with calmness. All it takes is 5 minutes a day. You can do it anytime and anywhere. Because when you focus on your breath, it brings everything back to balance and gives you the power to be calm and work through any adversity. And it helps with the stillness it helps with your stillness, and it helps you to remain calm and self-aware. And I want to leave you with a quote from one of my favorite poets, Maya Angelou. She says, "You will encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated." Thank you so much for your time.